Sup everyone, this is Casual Talk here. Today, I'm just going to be talking about people, most of the time, or in many cases, there are just people out there that does not grasp or understand the means to struggle and sacrifice in order for you to make it. There are just a lot of haters, people that will downright talk down to you, talk behind your back. And I've had to witness countless times of hearsay of things people said about me. They'll be nice to me in front of me, but it won't be too long until sometimes in some cases, for example, like one of my family members who would just straight up show how disgusted they were by me, the fact that I was not where I was supposed to be. Everyone goes through hardships and walks of life, but you also have to remember one thing. You have to be careful how you treat other people, because God can humble anybody. God could put you through something so bad to where you are reminded how badly you have treated someone the exact same way you're being treated. One of my family members was so disgusted by me at one point where it made me give another reason to why I don't like going to family gatherings. And a lot of the times, there's many cases where people spoke about family gatherings could be very toxic. And they could be toxic because you have family members that want to compete against each other and act like they're in competition. They're competing against you. Like, this cousin got the better car. This cousin got the better husband. This aunt or uncle got the better house. They got more money. They have this career. They have Gucci. They have all these big name brands. Like, all of this is going to matter. It's all vanity. The Bible speaks about vain things. In the book of Solomon even admitted to himself having all the lavish women, being a rich man at the time when he was alive. God made him rich. And you know what he realized? Solomon realized in the end of the day, getting older, that all the things that he's acquired in life did not mean anything. The lavish women, the money, the nice things, the house, the clothes that he wore, that was expensive. And I'm pretty sure he wore expensive stuff. It didn't mean nothing. It's all vanity. It's all vain. This is the only life that we got in the end of the day. We only got one life. You have to be careful of how you treat people. The struggle in America is real as it could be. A lot of people is struggling. There's people who are going through the struggle because of horrible choices, such as myself. I'm going to admit that. I've made choices where I'm facing the consequences now in my early 30s. In my early 30s, I'm facing the consequences of things that I've done when I was in my early 20s. I thought I had it together until I'm actually in a situation where I'm being reminded and humbled that I don't have it together. I'm in a situation right now where God is humbling me to remind me that you don't have yourself together. You're struggling right now because of A, B, and C. What are you going to do about it? I'm planning on cutting a lot of stuff off in order to save money so I could get by with less stress in order for me to get to where I need to be. There are people who are working 2-3 jobs to keep up with a lifestyle, when they could just be like, let me just stick to one job, and let me just downgrade. Let me move back in with a relative. Let me just get a room for rent in a safe area. Let me downgrade. Sometimes you have to start off very small in order for you to get more and acquire more. Starting off small, you could save a lot more money in your pockets. You have less bills to worry about. And your savings account continues to increase. And by the time you know it, once you get yourself together, you get a better paying job. You get to where you need to be to get a better paying career. You upgrade. Now you have the means in order for you to upgrade. Now you have the means in order for you to get an apartment, 1 bedroom. You're upgrading, you're stacking up, you're growing. That's why saving money is so important. Saving money and having money is very important. Having money is important because it makes life easier. It's not about money, but we need money to survive. The Bible speaks on people having to work, especially being the man. I love being the man, especially when I have a wife who is loyal and faithful. And there's not many good women like that today. A lot of the women in this generation, around my age bracket and younger, they're a hot mess. They are a hot mess. The struggle is real. You think I like working around snobby, arrogant pricks? People who I can't even tell my goals to. I can't go to the, hey, this is my plan in the future. I want to tell people my goals, the things that I hope for, to be positive. But a lot of the times you have to keep to yourself around people who is your co-workers in a dead-end job. Because a lot of them are haters. A lot of them can be a hater. And if they're not hating on you, they're secretly thinking and wishing that, oh, I hope he doesn't make it. I hope it doesn't work out. That's exactly why, for one, I have no friends. I keep things cordial, and I keep to myself. Keeping things cordial and keeping to yourself could save you a headache. It could save you stress about, oh, this person, I told them about my goals and my hopes for what I have, and they just stop talking to me, or they start treating me funny. It's just best, there's many cases, it's just best to get by. You know the term when people say fake it until you make it? That's the reason why. You have to blend in and mind your business at the exact same time. And I'll be truthful with people. Hey, I'm only here to make my money, take care of my business, and just go home. That's how you're supposed to treat a dead-end job and any job that you have in the future, because, like I said, the more people you know, the more problems you have. The more problems you have, the more stressed out you're going to be. It is not worth it. I'm in college. College is not easy. Trade school is not easy. School in general is not easy. It requires time, sacrifice, and commitment. If you don't have the time to put in, then what can you do? You can't sacrifice, you can't put in no work because you don't have the time. But you have to make the time in order for things to get going. I've had to cut back on stuff that I didn't want to cut back on, but it's called sacrifice. This is what it means to just get by and grow. There are going to be times where you're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to struggle. I'm struggling right now. All the videos that I made, I'm not just talking up from my behind. I'm not just talking crap and making up stories. All the things that I've mentioned in my video so far is things that actually happened to me in real life. Life is real, and it's brutal out here as much as people don't want to admit it. A lot of people don't want to admit or accept that life is not fair. And it could be scary at times, but hey, in the end of the day, you have to be strong-minded. You have to go through the storm. You just have to. Turning back is not an option. It is an option for people that want to fail and they want to just settle. You want to settle where you're at. You don't want to grow. You don't want to get nowhere. Hey, nobody's not going to argue with you. Do what you want. But for people like me, who actually wants to be somebody and get somewhere in life, I'm willing to sacrifice and put in the time and the work that I need. I'm paying for certain bills. That's taking up a lot of my money. If I have to cut certain bills off, I have to cut certain bills off. If I have to cut off the luxurious things, I have to cut off the luxurious things. I have to do that. I'm at a time right now, and I'm just going to be truthful with all of you. I'm at a time right now where there's stuff that I'm going to have to sacrifice and cut off. And I'm not going to want to do it, but if it gets to me to where I want to be, where it can be positive for a future, to save more money, to have the time to build my career and build my wealth, and go on my way with less stress and less problems, I'm willing to do it until I make it. I'm willing to do it and put in the work in order for me to make it. I'm willing to put in the work. Life is not easy. It's not easy. Life is not easy. There's a term where people thinks that on the MGTOW Red Pill sector, on the manosphere space, right? There's a term to where guys thinks that men lives life on hard mode and women lives life on easy mode. Who cares? We both got it hard. Women has it hard in many cases, while men has it hard in many cases. We're just both built differently. Today, if you want to live nice, most of the time it requires two heads, two people, in order for you to live comfortably. It requires two heads, two people, instead of one. One person you could get by depending on your lifestyle, but two people, you could do a lot of things. You could make a lot of wonders happen. You can make a lot of wonders happen. Two heads is better than one. Okay? But it's possible for anybody to make it on their own that's willing to put in the work. Okay? If you have to cut back, you have to cut back. The struggle out here is real. Life is not easy for nobody. And if it is, if you're brought up into that lifestyle, I'm not just including celebrities. You have to understand, the person that brought you there, they had to make sacrifices themselves. And everyone is not going to live forever. Life gets hard and challenging for majority of us that lives in this world. I'm facing it. I'm going through my own problems right now, and I'm praying to get out of it. But if I don't have the faith, if I don't put in the work, I know for myself that I'm not going to get nowhere until I make myself get somewhere in order for God to get me somewhere. That's just how it is. Faith without works is dead. That's a quote from the Bible. And it's true. You could pray to God so many times, but if you're not doing nothing, how can you expect for God to do something? If you're not putting in the work, how could you expect God to put in the work? It's a relationship. That's how it works. And that's how it is. I spoke about haters and not having any friends many, many, many times. And sooner or later, I'm just going to stop talking about these things because I realized for myself, I don't got the time to talk about negative things when I want to prioritize my time to live a comfortable life. Time is valuable. You can't get it back. And this is my advice to all of you who's going through the struggles right now. Find a way out to make it. If your A plan doesn't work, there's the B plan, C, D, E, and F. There's many obstacles and routes that you could take. There's some people who are stuck in situations though, but in many cases, there's always a way out. There is always a way out. You just have to have faith and have the right mindset and just stay positive. This is Casual Talk here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.